So you love the feel of wood, the smell of sawdust, the satisfaction of a perfectly level shelf. You see the potential in a raw plank of wood to become something more, a home for stories, a frame for a life. You're a maker. And maybe you've wondered, could this passion actually pay? The answer is a resounding yes. Making beautiful bookshelves is more than carpentry. It's the art of blending craftsmanship, design, and storytelling into functional art. And turning that skill into a thriving business is absolutely within reach. Let's talk about how. First, you need to find your voice. In a crowded world, don't be a generalist. Become known for something specific. Will you be the artisan of rustic, reclaimed wood, with stories of barns and pallets in every grain? Or the master of clean, modern minimalist lines? Perhaps your style is industrial, marrying pipe and rebar with warm wood, or maybe it's the sleek profiles of mid-century modern. Find that niche, or better yet, create 3 signature styles that you perfect and photograph beautifully. This becomes your visual portfolio, your handshake with the world. Now, how does the money actually flow? Think in multiple streams. Your highest profit work will come from custom commissions, working directly with homeowners and interior designers on dream projects that can range from $500 to several $1,000s. Always take a 50% deposit to begin. For steady cash flow, build a line of pre-made, shippable shelves. Think floating shelves or clever corner units. Sell these through Etsy, local boutiques on consignment, or at vibrant craft fairs. And for a truly scalable model, consider semi-custom kits. Imagine offering a system where customers choose their wood, their bracket style, and their finish. It's IKEA, but infused with your artisanal soul. And don't overlook complementary services. Offering professional installation or even a bookshelf styling service can be lucrative add-ons. Your profit margin is born in smart sourcing. Seek out reclaimed wood from construction sites or barn wood suppliers. Buy hardwood shorts at a discount. Source hardware in bulk online. Keep your eyes open for fallen trees or furniture left on the curb. A shelf that costs you $40 to $80 in materials could beautifully sell for $300 to $600. And that leads to the most critical step, pricing. Do not undervalue your time. A good rule of thumb is to take your material cost, double it, then add your hourly rate multiplied by the hours spent. That's your wholesale cost. For retail, you double that number. As a beginner, charge $25 to $35 an hour. As you gain mastery, that rate should climb to $40, $60, or even more. Remember, you're not just selling furniture, you're selling art. Price it like the skilled craft it is. Because people don't just buy shelves, they buy stories. Build your brand around the narrative. Where does your wood come from? 100-year-old Minnesota barn, driftwood from an Oregon beach? Share your origin story. Capture process videos that show the stunning transformation from raw material to finished piece. Collect client stories about the grandmother's cookbook collection a shelf now holds. Your brand name, your logo, even your business cards should whisper this story. Think of names like Anchor Woodworks or Story and Grain. With your story ready, it's time for marketing that actually works. For local clients, Instagram and Pinterest are your best friends. Post a mix of gorgeous finished shots, satisfying process videos, and your shelves in clients' homes. Use local hashtags. Partner with interior designers, offering them a commission for referrals. And never underestimate the power of a local farmer's market or pop-up shop to connect face-to-face. For online sales, master Etsy SEO with descriptive titles, start a YouTube channel with building tutorials, and engage in niche Facebook groups full of design enthusiasts. Now map out the perfect customer journey. From that first inquiry, which you should respond to within 2 hours, to a free consultation, a beautiful proposal with 3D renderings, a deposit, and thoughtful build updates. Deliver with white glove care, follow up a week later, and after a month, kindly ask for a referral. This journey turns a one-time buyer into a lifelong advocate. As you grow and find yourself consistently booked, you'll scale. First, create efficiencies with templates and batching work. Then, delegate tasks like sanding or social media. Finally, consider productizing your best-selling design into a kit or wholesaling to local stores. Of course, handle the basics. Start as a sole proprietor, form an LLC when you're making real income, get liability insurance, and use simple tools to manage sales tax and bookkeeping. You might be thinking, this sounds great, but where do I actually start? Start this weekend. Here's your launch plan. In week 1, build 3 different small shelves. Photograph them beautifully against a clean, well-lit wall. Create your Instagram, Pinterest, and Etsy shop and price them with confidence. In week 2, post 1 shelf a day, message a few local designers, and list them on Facebook Marketplace. By week 3, take your first custom commission, document everything, and ask that first happy client for a testimonial. By month 3, you could have your first handful of sales, ready to reinvest in better tools and marketing. Throughout this journey, hold onto a few key mindset shifts. You are selling art, not just furniture. The client who complains about your price is not your client. Remember, finished is better than perfect. Have the courage to say no to projects that don't excite you. And never forget, every shelf you build tells a story. Make sure yours is worth telling. Realistically, this can start as a side hustle, bringing in an extra few thousand a month and grow into a full-time venture with serious income. The most successful shelf makers understand something profound. They don't just build what customers ask for. They show people what's possible. They create designs customers didn't even know they wanted. A bookshelf isn't just for books. It's a display for identity, for memory, for aspiration. Your job isn't to simply join wood. It's to create the stage upon which people display their story. So start with 1 shelf. Photograph it beautifully, tell its story, put a price on it that respects your time. The readers and the buyers will come. The only question left is, what will your first shelf hold? Let's step back from the workbench for a moment. If you're making bookshelves, you already know the craft. But what if the real opportunity isn't in making more shelves, but in reimagining what a shelf even is? Let's talk about building an artisan bookshelf empire. It begins by reinventing the object itself. What if a shelf wasn't just storage, but a living ecosystem? Imagine the living bookshelf, with terrarium inserts between the wood, thin aquatic edges for floating plants, or a lush moss wall as its backing. Picture air plants woven into the supports and herb garden ledges glowing under integrated lights. This isn't just furniture, it's a biome. And its market. Think wellness centers, boutique hotels, luxury homes, anywhere space meets serenity. Then, consider movement. The kinetic bookshelf is one that responds and transforms. A rotating, ladder access unit like a literary Ferris wheel. A balance-based system where removing one book gracefully shifts the others. A puzzle shelf that requires a specific placement to unlock. Or Murphy-style shelves that fold away into a piece of artwork. These dynamic pieces speak to tech offices, modern art collectors, and interactive children's spaces. And why stop at sight? The sensory bookshelf engages touch, smell, and sound. Shelves made from scented wood, cedar for classics, sandalwood for philosophy. Textured surfaces with Braille poetry carved into the edges. Shelves designed as acoustic chambers to enhance sound, or with warm-to-the-touch reading nooks. Imagine lighting that brightens as shelves empty, responding to weight. This is designed for accessibility, for luxury spas, for sensory rooms. It's experience engineered. Once you're creating at this level, you're no longer just in the furniture business, you're in the art business. This is the high-end art market strategy. Position your work as a collector's piece. Create limited edition series, the 12 literary months, 1 design per month, or author's woods, using timber from the regions where great writers lived. Approach galleries with strong concept statements, professional documentation, and price points from $5,000 to $25,000. Enter the art fair circuit. Design fairs, biennials, architecture exhibitions. The commission structure shifts with deposits and gallery percentages, but so does the prestige and the payoff. Now layer in the digital. This is the digital twin strategy. Each physical shelf can come with an NFT certificate and a digital twin for the metaverse, creating a royalty stream on future sales. Develop an augmented reality app that lets clients visualize your shelf in their home, or a virtual tool to style it with their books. And become a publisher of your own philosophy through a YouTube series, a paid newsletter on the art of display, or online courses teaching others to design their literary sanctuary. Your vision can scale into corporate and institutional markets. For offices, design knowledge flow systems. Shelves color-coded by project phase, with RFID-tagged books that log checkouts, or meeting-integrated units where relevant titles gently glow. Build corporate story shelves, timelines of company history, or founders' library recreations. For public libraries, create thematic discovery shelves that suggest connections between books, or mood-based collections for rainy days or deep focus. These are monumental projects, with prices from $10,000 to $100,000 and sales cycles that require patience and partnership. But what about recurring revenue? Enter the subscription model revolution. Shelf as a service. For a monthly fee, offer a rotating collection of curated books delivered on a special display shelf, or an evolving shelf that grows with modular additions each month. For the ultimate client, a library legacy tier, an heirloom quality shelf, a monthly rare first edition book, professional styling, and an annual insurance valuation. Offer this to corporations, too, as an office intelligence subscription that redesigns their collective mindscape quarterly. This business isn't just about objects, it's about the experience economy. Host weekend shelf-building retreats at vineyards or mountain lodges, where for a significant fee, guests design, build, and leave with their own masterpiece, surrounded by gourmet meals and professional photography. Or offer a virtual building experience, where you ship the materials and guide a small, live group through the creation process online. Expand your reach through brand collaborations and licensing. Partner with living authors to create the writer's shelf, a design that holds their complete works, infused with their aesthetic, complete with signed editions. Work with publishers on special edition releases. License your designs to high-end furniture companies, hotel chains, or film studios for their sets. Your creativity becomes a lever for others' brands. Foster a community ecosystem. Create the Shelf Society, a membership community with annual design challenges, virtual tour, and exclusive tutorials. Even explore a blockchain-based global shelf registry to authenticate provenance and create a new market for design rights. Your materials themselves can tell a futuristic story. Advanced material innovations like self-healing wood, photosensitive finishes that change with light, or thermochromic elements that show the most read sections. Integrate sustainable tech, solar-powered lighting, air-purifying moss, or even structural components grown from mycelium. And for the ultimate scale, franchise the vision. Package your entire system, the training, the design library, the supplier network, into the Artisan Bookshelf Atelier. A franchise model with a significant upfront fee and ongoing royalties, but with the potential to multiply your impact and income exponentially. All of this culminates in the possibility of a legacy project. The Century Shelf, a single shelf designed to evolve over 100 years, sold with instructions for each decade, incorporating time capsules, and documented for generations. A $250,000 project that's less a sale and more a pact with the future. Through this journey, your mindset must evolve. You begin as the craftsman, making beautiful shelves. You grow into the storyteller, making shelves that tell stories. And ultimately, you become the experience architect, creating entire ecosystems around the act of displaying. You realize you're not selling furniture. You're selling identity displays, memory architecture, knowledge temples, connection engines. So your first unconventional step, don't build another shelf this week. Instead, host a virtual shelf criticism. Invite people to show you their bookshelves on Zoom. Offer insights, record the session, and share it. From 10 participants, you'll gain content, consulting clients, commissions, and a profound understanding of what people truly want to display. Because here is the core truth. The future of bookshelves isn't in better joinery. In a digital, ephemeral world, the physical display of knowledge becomes ceremonial. The bookshelf becomes an altar to attention, a monument to depth. The most valuable shelves won't just hold books, they'll hold our humanity against the digital tide. Your work isn't carpentry. It's cultural preservation. It's attention architecture. It is the physical answer to the question, what ideas are worth making space for? So now the only question left is not what will your next shelf hold, but what will it make space in? Space in a home, in someone's attention, in the cultural conversation. Go build that.